What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, with my peeps? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watcher, a little bit of Taurus, a lot of Taurus in your chart could resonate. Uh, all right, to my ride and lives, to my day ones. What's up? Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes. Um, Make sure day ones, make sure y'all checking your notifications. Make sure that you rocking with your girl, right? Make sure you looking for the if it's not popping up, then you come looking for your girl. I'm posting. I need y'all to be here. Show up for your girl. All right, love you guys for all your love, your support. My new subscribers, mwah, 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 and welcome. I'm honored. If you're here for the first time, my name is Trinity. Welcome to my channel. We keep it 100 on this channel. We keep it for real, right? If you're not ready for the truth, not ready to see the truth, this may not be the channel for you. All right, so with that being said, if you're rocking, if you're feeling, everything is everything, go ahead, subscribe. Go ahead, subscribe. What you waiting on? All right, so with that being said, let's get into it. All right, let's hit the buzzer. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We got on the board, it's just the words. That's why I'm not showing the card. It's just the word. Dark empath. I am struggling without you. What I get from this is that this particular person came across you, but let me tell you a little bit about this dark empath. This particular dark empath, their gifts, or dark empaths, they are gifted in seeing everybody dark attributes. Everything they go, when they see people, they can pick up their dark attributes, their dark characteristics. They can see within each person they come in contact with. It's very easy for them. They can sense it. They can smell it. It's all in their senses. They can pick it up. Whoever that they come across, whoever they see, whoever they're around, family, friends, co-workers, everybody, they have a gift that they can pick up within their senses. They can see it within their senses. They can pick it up in different ways. They can pick up darkness in people around them, right? And oftentimes these dark empaths, they can pick up the dark attributes or characteristics in other people around them, that these people that's around them don't even know or have not even acknowledged within themselves. That if this dark empath would tell them, hey, you know you do this right, or you dark, right, or you be thinking your thoughts is kind of on the dark side. The people around them most often would argue them down and say that is not the case, that is not, that they are wrong, that's not them, or they're will argue them down to the point that is not true. But oftentimes a dark empath knows darkness, sees darkness within other people, and can point it out and know exactly their dark side more than the individual, or either can peep it out way before that person can peep out their own darkness, or they can peep it out or see it or acknowledge it before that person, will want to acknowledge it. Before that person is willing to acknowledge that person, that this dark empath that's their gift. But just because they can see that the darkness in other people doesn't mean that they can't turn their life around and help use that gift and turn it around and help people to be able to see that to be able to not just see it but accept it and be able to balance themselves out, because we have both. But this particular person has a gift to be able to see that in others. And the reason why they have this gift to be able to see it in others is they have an opportunity to help, to assist. But oftentimes, dark empaths, they don't take that opportunity to help. They use that gift to their advantage for darkness. Because they can see darkness, they're comfortable with darkness. They think they're supposed to stay in darkness. They think they're supposed to be on the dark side. They're supposed to be able to, they're comfortable with it, but they're only comfortable in it, and they only in this position so they can help. Because if you can see it before another individual can see it or acknowledge it within themselves, you can help them, you can assist them to be able to see it and to be able to balance it out with their light. And once you balance light and dark and accept it, you're able to be whoever you are. You're able to accept who you are. But a lot of times, a lot of people feel the darkness, hide the darkness, run from the darkness. So this dark empath, or if they are a dark empath and they need to help, but they're not helping other individuals. They use it for darkness to try to manipulate, use people. They use their people dark attributes, dark characteristics to manipulate and use people, because these people will not look within themselves and see and acknowledge who they are, whether it's dark or light. It's still you. You just have to balance it out, not run from it, hide and push it down and act like it's not. You got to face it. Anywho, any reason, you already know what's up. I'm trying to keep it short though. Here we go. So I explained that because this particular person only have met a couple of people. I'm saying a couple, but it may only be one. But I'm going to give them another individual and say a couple. Only have met a couple people who they could see their light. They could see their darkness. They could see their dark attributes, but it's only a couple of people. Maybe one, the collective, that they're able to see their light. And so why this is here, why you need to understand and get it and get some type of understanding about this, is because this is the reason why this person rides you so hard. This is why this person can't let go. This is the reason why they're so fascinated and obsessed with you, because everywhere they go, they see everybody's darkness, everybody's dark attributes, everybody's dark characteristics. But when they look at you, they're able to see the dark, but they absolutely can see the light. The light outshines the dark. They see your light. They see your power. They see your essence. And they can't run away from it. They can't walk away from it. They can't let it go, because it's the most beautiful thing to them, because everywhere they go, the only thing they see is darkness. They never ever can see anyone else's light but yours. And they ruined it. They ruined it. I am struggling without you. I'm struggling without you because I'm struggling to live without that light. I'm struggling to live without seeing such beauty. Everywhere I see is dark. But when I see you, when I'm around you, when I am looking at you, it is so much beauty in the world with you in it. When I see you, I know that it makes a difference. This world is supposed to be so much more than darkness, but without you, I can't see anything but darkness. But that's by choice. Because as a dark empath, work on themselves and commit to facing their darkness, acknowledging their darkness, and acknowledging not only do they have darkness, but they have light. Willing to look in the reflection in that darkness and try to find their own light. That it will be an adjustment, because it's plenty of darkness there, and that's where they're comfortable, seeing that, being in their darkness. So it will be uncomfortable to see their own light. It just will be, to them in their mind, unbearable. But when they look at your light, it is uncomfortable, but yet it's so beautiful. It's so magnetic. They're so drawn to it. But yet, it's blinding to them. It's blinding because it's light when everything else, when they're so accustomed to dark. But it's a contradiction, because they love it, but then they hate it. They love it, but they can't deal with it. It's too much. That's where the conflict came with you. You was the catalyst to them to understand, not just understand, but to understand that there is light and there is dark, and light is beautiful. But because they were riddled with so much darkness, comfortable in their dark side attributes, their dark attributes, their dark characteristics was so comfortable, when they were faced with light, it was a bad reaction. It was like, no, it's too much. It's, you know how when you go in the room and then you turn the light on, it blinds you. That's how it was for them at first. But now, after you've been gone, after you walked away, and it's just nothing but utter darkness in their life, nothing but utter darkness, they want you back. They want it back, even if it hurts, even if it blinds, even if it's uncomfortable. They want it back, because now they're realizing that light, it sustains you. it after over time you know when you turn the light on, it gets bright for a few minutes, a few seconds, and then you get accustomed, you get adjusted. Well, same thing, being around you more. They have been around you for a little while. They got accustomed to the light, even though they didn't want to change. They didn't want to change, and after a while, they got accustomed to the light, but they didn't want to change. They was comfortable. It got to be complacent in being in darkness, and they didn't want to change. And so, because they didn't want to change, that caused the conflict, and you had to let them go because they made a conscious decision that they didn't want to change, and you changed and you want to change. So you had to let that go and move on. But now they're struggling. They're struggling without you. They're struggling without the light. They're struggling without being able to having you near, having you around, so they can see beyond the darkness in their life. They can be able to have something of substance and value in their life. Just by you being around, you illuminate everything. You make everything so crystal clear. They're able to see and be and explore and be free with you being there. But with you gone, it's a struggle. They can't see. They can't connect the dots. Everything is difficult. They're finally seeing that now. That when you were around, that was the reason why they was able to see. There was the reason why they was able to be, because of your light. You were radiating the light for them to be able to see. But now that you're gone, they in total darkness. And they can't find any ounce of light. Anybody like you, they can't find them. There's nobody like you. And the reason why they can't find anybody like you, because God made it that way, so they can make a sound decision to look in the reflection of themselves and be able to find their own light. Be able to be a light for their own self and get out of that darkness that they're in. But they have a choice. They have a decision to make. So now they have to find their own light to be able to see. You're no longer their anchor. You're no longer you're no longer their beacon. They have to do it for themselves. They have to learn. They have to make that choice. So yes, it's a struggle for them. Yes, they're chasing you down. They stalking you, running you down, trying to, get that light again, to get a piece of light so they can see. But the solution is not you. That solution is them. They need to be able to accept and be able to make a decision that they want that light, and they want their own light, soul, and salvation, and they have to do the work for it and leave you alone. Leave you in peace. You have done your part. So it's now time for them to make a conscious decision for themselves. And that's what this is about. And my time is up. So with that being said, hit the comments, guys. Hit the comments, share, like, subscribe. Let's do this thing, right? So, and if you can, just send out a prayer for this person, that they get the message, they get the memo. We don't have to always hate folks, and just because people and done us wrong, we ain't got to always take that stance. We can always pray for that person and wish them well and continue on with our lives, right? So with that being said, like, share, subscribe, hit those comments, hit the emojis. I'm sending you love, I'm sending you healing, and Trinity is out.